Welcome back, everybody, to Goofy Gals Chat.
Hello.
Episode 6.
Six or six? Does it even matter? I don't think it does.
Sexy sex.
Shacks.
Not really sexy.
No, we don't really. I can't say that we try all that hard.
Yeah. Not when we're just hanging out.
I just dropped a shoe. It was getting heavy.
That's okay.
Yeah. My ankle just
Take
popped.
your shoes off. Get cozy.
Kick back, relax. It's the Goofy Gals.
What's
chat.
the
Goofy Gals.
Kick back, relax. It's the Goofy Gals chat.
It's the Goofy Gals chat.
Oh my god, I love it.
Ooh, I smell the Goofy Gals' sweaty feet.
Oh no!
That's a strong foot. That is odorous.
Oh no! Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
As long as you can't smell it, I guess.
I don't think I can smell it. Dude, I had my slippers over here yesterday. And I, most of the times with my slippers, I'll wear socks with them.
Yeah.
So that I can hopefully help them last longer.
Yeah, dude, yes.
And then there's been some times where I haven't been wearing my socks. And yesterday I had my socks on, but I just slipped the slippers off. And it just wafted.
Dude,
I'm like,
those furry slippers, if you don't wear socks and they get just crunchy from your...
So gross.
Yeah, mine get really gross really fast. I have to wear socks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they last maybe 2 weeks.
Seriously. I know, these ones I got in November, I think, and now they're
Done.
pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close for sure. I can wear them around the house with socks, but I won't take them off anywhere near him.
That's fair.
But
That's fair.
yeah, that movie was crazy.
That movie was crazy. I really enjoyed it, but it was one big mind just mess up. It just really messed with your brain.
So, we're talking about the movie Dr. Sleep, which is a sequel to The Shining by Stephen King.
Which, we like The Shining.
We like The Shining.
We're Shining people.
I've seen it several times, probably at least 5 times.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's pretty an iconic horror movie, for sure. This was, I wouldn't call it iconic. It was really good, though.
It was really good. It was very psychological, which, I mean, The Shining's psychological, too, but...
The Shining is psychological, but it's you really don't know what's going on. If you didn't read the book...
Right. The more you watch it, you pick up more on stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the first time I watched it, I was honestly I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Fully what just happened, but and then the more you watch it, and then Blake has obviously, whenever Blake reads books, he likes to tell you everything about it because he thinks everyone's just as excited about it as he is.
Yeah.
And he just, he goes on and on and on, and I'm like, I really couldn't care less, but he will make sure that you're aware.
Yeah, but yeah, this one was just way more story.
Oh yeah.
And just way heavier. For sure.
Definitely heavy.
Definitely heavy.
Yeah.
But if you like scary movies, go give it a watch.
Especially if you like The Shining. It was good.
It was good. It definitely, there was so much in it that, I don't know the word.
But it was also really predictable.
Paid homage. That's what it was. Paid homage to The Shining. What'd you say?
I felt like it was pretty predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of...
A lot of it was. I mean, there was, some stuff here or there, but a lot of it was just epically predictable.
Yeah. So that's what we did tonight.
Yeah.
We have to talk about Bachelor episode number 3.
Sydney needs to go. Sydney is toxic. She's narcissistic. She reminds me of my ex. She needs to go. She's insane.
I will say, this episode...
She's nuts.
Just overall, this episode was, kind of the most mundane to me. Mm-hmm. The drama was sprinkled in at the end. But, I don't know, the group dates were fine.
Yeah.
The pageant date... I could understand where all the girls were coming from when Lexi ended up winning.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Although, I was kind of when Maria was, so open about and straightforward about the fact, hey, you said it was a talent show. Kissing is not a talent.
Yeah.
She was so...
She's being bold.
I was like, all right, girl. All right. But I, could not, I cannot understand how, Joey literally has, 2 sisters and couldn't see right through Sydney.
Yeah, I I think Sydney is more of a plant. Like, especially, like, the way she was edited in this episode, besides the drama at the end, but during the pageant, where she's talking, I've done pageants, I know talent.
Well, then that cringy
cheer.
And she's like, I'm confident, I know what I'm doing. And I'm like, that was cringe, and everyone was silent, and I was like, yeah,
because all those girls, yeah. To me, it's just like, I'm not soaking up the drama, because I know, like, she won't stay long. I'm sure that next week's episode, there's the teasers are giving us enough to where it's like she's gonna go or they'll both go.
I don't really want both of them.
I like Maria. I do.
I like Maria.
I don't think she's in the wrong really at all. Like I
get the whole like, well, she kept pushing for a name. I get that.
Sure.
But yeah, that might be like a little bit harassy, but you also have to think of like, from her point of view, she was just trying to be like, I just want to go to the source, nip it in the bud, so we can just nip all this drama.
Yeah.
And that's what she was trying to get at.
Yeah.
And like, the whole way that everyone was acting, like at that point, if you're like really that concerned about not starting drama to where you don't want to name drop, then you wouldn't have made it drama in the first place.
Yeah.
Which you most certainly did.
Like, honestly, Medina really did not need to bring it up again.
No!
Like, she just didn't.
And then to say that she was being bullied, like, it felt like...
But she felt bullied.
But, like, being asked the same question repeatedly, if anything, that's just like, I felt like I was being harassed, I didn't want to answer a question, and then she would drop it.
It
wasn't being bullied.
That's not saying your nose is too small, you 4 eyes, you know,
but
whatever.
Again, the whole thing that all of this is from because of Sydney literally went to, what's her name, Medina? Dude, I care so little about her, I don't even know her name.
I kind of hope she leaves and Sydney leaves. They
need to leave. But like the whole fact that like, literally all this is from her being like, I'm old too.
I know. That's the thing, like, literally that situation.
Ridiculous.
So Medina said that comment in the room with most of the girls, some of the girls. So then Maria went outside, and that's when she met up with Lauren. When Lauren was still
venting.
There. I think she was just relaying what just happened because Lauren was not in that room.
Oh.
Lauren wasn't there, and that's what. So Maria was just telling her, and Sydney, and all the way over here, heard like a couple words, like, "Oh, they're talking crap. I'm gonna go tell."
Yeah.
And then in this episode, I'm not a tattletale. I just know what's right.
Well, then her whole like the whole thing. I can't remember who. Oh yeah, when what's her name? I don't even know what her name was. Was like talking about Lexi, like how kissing's not talent, yada yada. She goes, Lexi's my girl. I'm like, you say that about anytime anyone starts talking bad, you're like, someone says my girl.
I know.
I'm like, shut up. Literally,
you don't know these people.
Up. Like, she is so annoying. Yeah. She's so toxic. She's so fake. She's so fake. She is just like a mean girl in high school.
Yeah.
That is what she is. And like the whole time. And like the thing is that literally all the girls are like, one, Maria's not a bully.
No, not at all.
And two, it's like, yeah, Sydney's cool, but she's handling this really poorly. Like, no one's on Sydney's side.
No, not at all.
Leah
might be a little.
I don't like her anymore.
Which is like, I didn't want to believe it in the first episode, like when she was like, this is so hard, and threw the letter in the fire or whatever.
I think she was doing that just as like a, guys, you can trust me.
Yeah, like clearly now, like, after hearing that, you're fake.
That, and cool. I think a lot of it was like, I just don't want to be disliked, so I don't think it was like for the love of everyone.
Yeah. So, I did think the one-on-one from this episode was cute. With Jen.
With Jen,
the surfing, that was really cute.
Dude, if I went on one-on-one and someone was like, we're going to go surfing, I'd be like, I will have a full-fledged mental breakdown when I overthink about a shark being underneath me. Like,
I mean, yeah, but
my fear of shark is strong. Like, she said that she had a fear of sharks, and I was like, I was waiting for that. But mine is stronger. I would literally just be uncontrollably crying. There would be no way for me to relax, because I would be like, think about it. Think about it, Joey. We're on this board. My arms barely hang off of it. I look like a seal. And then a shark, they just see, oh, look, seal. Their eyes roll in the back of their head to protect them. It don't matter.
I know, but like, I don't know.
Does not matter. But I might have done that. I might have, like, I was like, maybe I could have done that. Because, I mean, I've gotten on a boogie board before. As long as I don't go to where I can't touch.
Yeah.
So, if waves are happening where I can touch, I could see myself doing it.
Like, when we go in Flagler, like,
I did not get in.
You didn't get in at all? Oh,
No,
you
because the waves were insane.
Yeah.
And I had
yeah.
something.
I was like, oh, that's right.
And there was a reason. I got in and I immediately got out.
Yeah.
Oof. That was an oof for sure.
Yikes.
For sure an oof.
Yeah.
Fun times. Fun times.
Anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah. Oh.
You were already starting this?
We just sat and watched the whole movie, and now I have
Sure.
to talk. So it's like the oxygen thing.
It's contagious.
Got you.
It's contagious.
I
I know.
got you.
It's different than when we played D&D and then come because we were cozy watching a movie.
Yeah.
And now we're like, hey, let's talk.
Let's just chat.
Let's just chat.
Just be a little goofy and chat.
All goofy gals. The goofy gals chat.
And roll credits.
And roll.
Oh my god.
Brought to you by the Goofy Gals.
Brought to you by Adobe Premiere. That's how it's edited. Or by Adam for using his equipment.
There you go.
Honestly, it's sponsored by Adam, let's be honest.
It is. Even though he gets tired of us.
Oh my gosh. Not me. The Grammys happened.
The Grammys did happen. I didn't watch them too much, but I was the stuff that I've seen on TikTok. Miley Cyrus winning her first, it was cute. When she was saying the flowers, and she was like, "I won my first Grammy." It was so cute.
Yeah, no, definitely happy for Miley Cyrus for sure. She looked amazing.
I feel like she's finally coming back. She was great. Went through a little bit of a hairy moment. And now I think she's coming back.
Yeah, she had rocking the dolly hair. She looked like an 80s power ballad.
She looked so good.
Aerobics instructor. She looked so good.
Yeah, she looked incredible.
Definitely happy for her.
Yeah.
Miss Taylor Swift won 2 Grammys.
Dropping her
new album.
New
album. Honestly, I don't listen to a lot of her music, but I'm a little excited for this one.
It's because of Travis Kelce.
It is because of Travis Kelce, for sure.
Yeah.
But, also, because, she also dropped the backside of, the album.
Mm-hmm.
So it has all the name titles, or, the song titles. I don't know, something about them, and it tortured poets department. I feel like the lyrics might be a little hardier than some of her poppy stuff.
That's fair.
So, kind of, because I did listen to Folklore and Evermore when those came out.
I do like her. I can't say that I'm fully obsessed some people, but I do like her music. I
respect her work ethic.
Oh, for sure.
Because now with her dropping this, that means within the past 2 years, I saw a TikTok, she released Midnights at the end of 2022. So she wrote that whole thing within the past 3 years.
Dude, she's she's an actual machine.
Then her whole tour has been going on since all of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's doing the Taylor's versions of all her pass out. I just I respect the heck out of her.
Oh yeah. Kind of have to.
It's crazy. Have you heard her workout or her regimen to get ready for her shows?
That she runs on the treadmill and sings, or
yeah, she does her whole show on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what's reported.
Yeah.
I'm like, jeez, I can barely speak while I'm trying to walk.
Same. I mean, yeah, with all the choreography and stuff that she does, I mean, she has to condition. It's kind of like Pink. Pink has to do some crazy conditioning when she sings because of her. She's an acrobat at her shows.
Yeah.
Really need to get it together.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I've been having so many hand cramps. I think just from my using those muscles again, if it's just making my hand cramp, but
probably. I have that hand massager.
Oh,
that big.
I was thinking about that the other day because if I've been having Blake massage my hands, not hands, just this one,
just the one,
just the one hand, but
all
all good things.
Yeah, I really only saw highlights for the rest of the Grammys. It didn't seem like anything else like that notable.
Yeah, except for Jay-Z, but...
Well, yeah, that whole thing, but I don't know. I don't know much about what Beyonce's released. I just don't feel like she's done that much in the past year. Which the Grammys are a yearly thing.
Yeah.
So, and she's won Grammys before. It's not like she's never won a Grammy.
Well, she's won the most Grammys, right?
I don't know.
I thought it was like something like she's won the most. I mean, she's won like 32, I think, or something.
Let's fact check it.
I think she's won, I think, like the most. But I mean, I get the point of like, you know, how can someone win so many Grammys and never win album of the year?
She has won 32 Grammys.
Nailed it.
But she's never won album of the year.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
And that's the whole thing, yeah. Jeez. Is like, how can... But at the same time, I feel bad that this has been... I mean, this time was a little bit more tasteful.
Yeah.
But I feel bad that, like, that's been, like, the second... Like, Taylor's won 4 times, and 2 of the times she's had someone pretty much diminished.
She's won album of the year 4 times?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, that's what they said. Yeah,
this is her 4th time winning an album of the year.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Honestly. Like, her music's good, but album of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just wonder, like... Who really gets to pick these?
Right.
What are all of the factors?
Right.
Because it's got, like, a big chunk has to just be popularity. Like, I truly think that. Cause, like...
But then you would think Beyonce would at least have won once. Album of the year. Because of, I mean, the Beehive be thick.
That's true. But it's also, like, the musicality aspect, like... Taylor Swift tells a story for the most, like, a lot.
She does. Well, and then I feel like she relates to a lot of people.
Yeah. And, like, Beyonce has some great songs. You got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I could have got it for you.
No, you're good. I'm allowed to lift a coffee cup. I think that this is about a coffee cup. A little bit heavier, but it was only briefly.
Let me feel. Yeah, it's about a coffee cup.
Yeah, it's about a coffee cup.
She's doing okay.
All's good.
I mean, I can't say I've listened to, like, a whole Beyonce album, at least not recently.
I've never listened to a whole Beyonce. I only listened to her singles.
Like, I think I listened to all of Renaissance last year.
There you go.
While I was, like, for working out, because she does have some good workout songs. But as the album as a whole, like, it wasn't notable. Like, the songs didn't flow and connect exactly how, like...
Right.
Others do.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. Well, I had a chaotic Friday a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
So I had an appointment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I hadn't been to this person before. And so it was about 20-25 minutes from here. So, of course, I'm, like, anxious. I've never been there before, so of course I have to leave early to make sure I find it.
Right. It's like your first day of school. You know, at open house, you have to walk your class schedule, unless I was the only one that did that.
No.
But I like to make sure I wasn't going to get lost on my first day. So
that was totally a thing.
Me and my parents would walk it like 4 times. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to get here, go to my locker, go to first period. But yeah, carry on. You had to get there early to make sure you're nice and ready to go.
Yeah. So I leave here at like... right after noon, right?
Mm-hmm.
The place is only 20 minutes away. So I get there basically like 12:30.
Okay.
And my appointment wasn't till 1.
That's alright.
So I'm like, it's
nothing
chill.
wrong with checking in early though.
Yeah. Like, well, so I got there and it was super easy to find.
Okay.
And so I was sitting there for a while. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just small business, doesn't matter. Finally, it's about 5 to 1. I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and go in. Like, maybe they're ready for me. So it's one of those, it's a really small, like, kind of one-person type of, like, business. So you enter, and the way these are structured are, like, you enter, and then there's a door, and then stairs. And there's a first door, and that's someone's small business, and then the stairs lead up to another.
Yes, okay.
And hers was upstairs and to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So I go upstairs, the one, no signage. Like, her business name's not on the door or anything. And so I knock, because I'm like, oh, maybe it's just shut or whatever. No answer, door's locked. I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then I thought I heard, like, there was also a restroom, like, right there. And this is, like, a small, like, you walk up the stairs, small landing, door here, door here.
Okay.
So this is the door to the suite, and this is the door to the restroom.
Gotcha.
And so I heard water. I'm like, okay, maybe they just got in using the bathroom, then gonna, get in to the studio. And so I'm just standing there, and kind of the minutes keep going. I'm like, nobody's here. And so I ended up, like, opening the restroom door, like, seeing if it was locked. Their toilet just was running. It was...
Oh!
So, like, that's a whole nother thing.
Solid.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, this person's not here. But I knew 100% without a doubt I was in the right spot because there was a sign, like, outside.
Right.
And, like, I knew that was right.
Yeah.
So I messaged her, and I was like, I think I'm in the right spot, but nobody's here. And so I go back to my car, and at this point, it's like 1:15, 1:20-ish. No response. And I'm like...
Not gonna happen.
Okay. Finally, at about, like, 1:30-ish, she messaged me back. Oh my gosh, I put you in my schedule on March 2nd, not February 2nd. And I was like, oh, like, no biggie. But she was like, please, please, please come back at 3. If you can come back at 3, like, I can be there. And she gave me, like, half off the whole thing. Yeah, it was super nice. And so I was like, well, I really don't have anything to do. So, but since I was in Centerville, Trader Joe's was like 10 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my first real Trader Joe's experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a Friday, so it was busy.
Right.
Which was kind of a lot for a new store. But the prices do be cheap. They really, like, I didn't realize that all of their stuff is Trader Joe's brand.
Yeah, I didn't either, I suppose. I've only ever been in a Trader Joe's once, and it was because I was just trying to kill time.
Yeah.
And it was, like, right next to the place that I had to go for an appointment.
Yeah.
And I was, like, so I just kind of walked around for a little bit, and it was crowded. But they have, like, cool stuff, but I didn't really take time to look at prices, I don't think. I think I was literally just browsing.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure, like, I didn't really look at, like, their meat prices and the actual, like, grocery stuff.
Yeah.
Because I just honestly, because of TikTok, I had seen, like, some Valentine's Day stuff.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, I got a good handful of things. We already tried those little gummy candies.
Yeah.
Which were really good, and I got, we tried this yesterday. It was a ricotta ravioli. Nope.
Oh?
Ravioli. Yeah, that's the word.
Sounds right to me.
It sounded weird to me when I said it out loud.
You're like, nope, that's not it.
That's not it. Yes, it was. But they were heart shapes.
Oh.
Super cute.
Fresh.
But they were also, like, I don't know if it was part of filling or part of the pasta had, like, balsamic, like, vinaigrette or whatever.
Ooh.
So, as, like, a ricotta cheesy filled ravioli, like, sounds delicious.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, yesterday for dinner, like, also, apart from the story, yesterday for dinner I made them, but I wasn't exactly sure, like, how to make it a meal, like, because there wasn't that many.
Gotcha.
But I had also bought an eggplant. So I, like, roasted eggplant and diced it up and everything.
Uh-huh.
And then I just mixed that into a red sauce and put, like, a red sauce over everything.
Yeah. Not good?
The raviolis were so sweet.
Huh.
They were so sweet. Like, have you ever had the porky fig from Dewey's?
Mm-mm.
It's basically a pizza that has, like, fig jam as the sauce and then, like, prosciutto and not blue cheese, but another, or gorgonzola, or whatever. So kind of a tangy cheese.
Yeah.
But it's, like, basically a sweet pizza.
So, yeah.
So the raviolis were so sweet. But then my pasta sauce and dish was, like, it was, like, not quite a spicy, but, like, a roasted garlic red sauce with, like, Italian
so
spice.
The vibes weren't vibing.
No, like, Adam liked it, but I was so disappointed. Because they were such cute little hearts.
Yeah.
Like, and then it was I didn't even take a picture.
They were like, nope.
No, not worth it.
Put my foot down.
So, like, it was good if it would have been by itself. Or, like, maybe tossed with just Parmesan and olive oil or something.
Right,
just
right.
been its own thing.
Yeah.
So I got that. A bottle of rosé. I'll have to show it to you. It's really, really pretty. But like all of their wines were great prices. Like super cheap.
Nice.
I haven't tried it, so it might be really bad.
Right, but oh well. Wine is wine.
Yeah.
Like to a certain extent,
Wine is wine.
Wine is wine.
I get that. Except it's so not.
Yeah, so not. I don't know. I'm not a wine snob. Like,
part of me really wants to get into it, but there's so much to learn. So it's
there's
just
so much to learn, and it's such an expensive hobby if you're really gonna be a snob.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather just be cheap.
Yeah.
And enjoy wine, and then like enjoy wine tastings, and enjoy the nicer-ish bottle of wine.
Every now
But
and then,
if I'm ever someone who's trying to spend $100+ on a bottle of wine, I don't want it. I do not want to be that person, personally.
That's a lot to spend on a bottle.
Unless I just start racking in funny money. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But my money is not funny. It is very serious.
Yeah.
It is going towards things.
But anyway, so I got a little basket of things from Trader Joe's, and then I didn't take that long in there, so I got back in my car, and it was like 2 o'clock. I still had an hour, so then I just drove back over, because it was pretty trafficy. Like, there was
a lot.
Yeah. I mean, it was Friday.
It was Friday.
Makes sense.
And
it felt like spring that day. It was so nice.
It was a nice day.
So then I got back, and I waited in my car, and I didn't see this till after the appointment was over, but she had fully messaged me at like 2:35ish, 2:40, like, you can come up, I'm here. Did not see it, went up at 3 o'clock. But
oh well, she made you wait an extra 3 hours.
Yeah. So, but she was super, super sweet, and the appointment went by really fast, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So, definitely a good time.
Yeah.
Super cute little boutique, like, studio.
Very nice.
It's got a good aesthetic. But that was my Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday we drove to Georgia and back for
a lot of driving.
We put 1,000 miles on my car in 2 days.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That'll make you want to barf. Good thing it's not a lease anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Gosh, that'd be terrible if it was a lease.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a good show.
Good.
They did have a really good show.
Good.
Did you do anything fun this past week?
Not really. Friday, me and Blake had a little bit of like a date night. It was very low key. We went to like Menards briefly. We got these lampshades for my lamp because of someone broke our lampshades that were on my lamp.
Sad.
They have not been replaced, so I took it upon myself that I was finally going to replace them.
Yeah.
Instead of relying on someone else to replace them.
Sure.
So we went to Menards and we found ones that I really liked, and then we took them home and they were too big, like a millimeter too big.
Oh.
It was making me so mad. So we went to return them on Friday, and I don't know, it was the most awkward thing of my life. We take it to the lady. She had just gotten off break, and she was just like, oh yeah, come over here, I'll help you, blah, blah, blah. I gently put up this bag that's heavy, and it has 3 individually wrapped, lampshades that are like, I wrapped in their own separate bags to try to protect them as best as possible. And I put it up there, and then she grabbed them and like went to like, I don't know what she was doing, but she like literally slung them onto the table and they shattered. And I was like, that's glass. And she was like, I probably shouldn't have swung it like that. And I'm like, nope, I was like, I didn't think of being like, be careful, these are glass. Like, the way that I was gingerly caring for them, I figured she would have.
Oh my
gosh. Like, she goes, I just thought this was an empty bag. Like, she thought that I just had like a crumpled up bag in there, I guess. Didn't realize that there was literally glass.
The thing you were returning?
And she literally, like, Hulk smashed it onto this table, and it just shattered, and I was like,
oh my gosh!
And Blake, like, immediately took responsibility for it. He goes, "Oh, we should have said. We should have." I was like, "No, we shouldn't have." Like
that is not your fault in the slightest.
Like I was like,
you were literally saying we have something to return. We are at the customer service,
and I like gently put it up there.
Yeah.
And, it made noise when I set it down. It sounded like glass.
So okay, what? Explain the item to me again. Like,
so there's 3 little lampshades. They're glass little lampshades.
okay.
And then I had
like for an actual fixture type.
for like a standing lamp. So like, you don't really have a lamp.
I remember.
Yes.
You showed me a picture of it.
Yes.
That's right. I'm there now.
So.
Got you.
But they were like this big, and I had each one was in its own bag, and then all 3 were in one big bag. And I like was like,
Oh
we
my
need to replace we need to return these. They're just a little bit too big. She goes, yeah, sure thing, yada yada. Blake was being Blake, just trying to start casual conversation, and then she went to like open up the bag and literally just went like on it and like broke it, and I was like, and Blake tried to take responsibility. And I was like, I still want a full refund. Like I didn't break this, you broke it.
Yeah. Did you get the refund?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And she was like, well, that was not good. Like, she was like, it was just really awkward.
Yeah.
I was like.
I can't imagine.
I was like, wow. Those just shattered.
I wonder if, like, was anyone else around? Like, any other workers? I bet she wrote it off as damaged product or something.
It was so bad.
Oh
I was just like, me and Blake were both just like.
That is so. I don't know what I would have done in that situation. That is so funny.
So awkward. But then after that, we went and we looked to see, and we found like some more lampshades that we liked, and then so we bought those. Took them home. They're too heavy. The light fixture it just like sags so we're gonna have to return those too. And I'm gonna be like, these are glass lampshades.
Yeah, seriously.
So don't be Hulk smashing them around.
Yeah.
And then we went to a brewery by our house. And,
nice.
Yeah, and we got like a flight and played trivia games, and
fun.
It was fun.
That's a cute date night.
Yeah, it was a cute little date night. Then Saturday, what did we do Saturday? I can't even remember. I think it was just we really just like lounged around.
Yeah.
Didn't really do much.
Nice.
And then Sunday, same kind of thing. Went to church and then lounged around.
Nice. We went on a kind of impromptu date night last week.
Oh.
Because one of our friends had went to this bar downtown, and when he went there, he thought of us because it's in an old house. It's called the Silver Slipper. It's actually pretty neat. Like,
I've
it's
heard of that one.
Little hole in the wall, very small.
Is it Dayton or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Downtown Dayton, off Wayne Avenue.
Okay.
So it's like it's not downtown, kind of closer to Brown Street.
Okay.
Definitely on Wayne though, so it's like not the best area
of
Dayton. But so he had invited us to go with him sometime, and it ended up getting scheduled for Thursday. So like, we got dressed up, but we both like ended up dressing up more than like we normally would to go out because we haven't gone out in so long.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun. Like, put on a skirt and I had tights on. And I was looking pretty cute. I was. And then he does not wear cologne often. So when he puts cologne on, I'm just
getting
like,
serious.
Okay, we are going out tonight.
We are smelling good.
Yeah.
We are doing things.
So we went and we were there a little early, so we both got around first, and then our friend showed up, and it was really good because he's a teacher. He's in English. Into English. He's an English teacher.
He's into English, the main language.
The main common language. No, so we talked about books and art, and it was it felt very...
You were like
1920s kind of.
Very studious and intelligent, and just drinking your fancy little cocktails.
Yeah. And the cocktails were really good. I want to see if there are menus online, because there was one cocktail called Sage Advice. And it was a tequila or it might have been mezcal-based drink, but it didn't taste like tequila. And it had a very herbal taste, kind of like a gin drink.
A good drink where you can't really taste the alcohol. Top tier.
It was really good. So
the
whole time there it was really lovely. Spent a little too much.
As you always do when you go to a nice bar or anything.
Yeah.
You always end up spending too much.
But then afterwards, it was only like 7:30 because we kind of started the evening early, or almost closer to 8. And so me and Adam, then we were like, it's still date night.
We're out.
Yeah, so we ended up, because we were on Braintree. Have you ever had Wizard of Zaw?
No.
It's a pizza place. It's more deep dish, kind of. I think it's Detroit style, where they're the big squares and it's very thick. Like Jets pizza.
I like Jets.
Honestly,
Jets
you would probably really like Wizard of Zaw.
Jets is good.
It's some good, and they have a bunch of different toppings, kind of newer, like some more modern stuff. I don't know. A modern take to pizza.
A modern take.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we popped in there just to get pizza by the slice. So we both got which they had, since it was late and a Thursday, they didn't really have their whole case full.
That's fair.
Which was fine. So, like, I think I got a cheese and he got their pepperoni, which their pepperoni was, like, old world pepperoni. So it was, like, very meaty, like, just a little much for
Not
pepperoni.
the kind of pepperoni that I like. I like the really crispy, it gets cooked too long, it basically disintegrates. That's the kind of pepperoni I like.
They were definitely, it was still, like, crispy. They curled up a little, but like just the flavor was like, this is real, like pepperoni from an actual deli.
Yeah.
Like,
I like the kind from the Ziploc bag that says pepperoni.
Yeah, the red bag. Yeah. I got
it.
you.
Has pepperoni and green or whatever.
Yeah.
Like these are the ones for me.
That's it. Those are it. I think that's like, is it Hormel? Is
that
the brand? I think.
Yeah.
So we got pizza by the slice, and then once we were going home, we were like, oh, like, we don't have any snacks at home.
Oh, I have some snacks.
So then we stopped at the Walgreens, which
Okay.
we never stopped.
What a random place to stop for a snack.
I know, but it's like we have a CVS and Walgreens, like, right on the corners there.
Yeah.
Instead of fully going to, like, Kroger.
Which is just, honestly, down the road.
It is, but it's further.
But, yeah, and there's, like, lights, and you run into more traffic. It's a heavy traffic area.
Yeah, and it's just there's so many options. Like, Walgreens, we can just grab something and go.
It's fair. And if you're genuinely, like, just wanting a little salty something.
Yeah.
Then Walgreens will do the trick.
Yeah. So, we popped in there, which, I will say, it was a weird vibe in the Walgreens at 8 o'clock on a Thursday. Like, there was a group of, like, 5 guys waiting for their pictures. Like, I don't think they were getting their pictures taken.
Right.
It just seemed weird. Like, college age for sure. But just, what are you doing?
What's...
And then there was a group of 2 guys and a girl. I think they were all roommates. And I think they were fully doing their grocery shopping at Walgreens. It just was so... I could overhear their conversation about, they want trick cereal. Do we have milk? We gotta get milk. I want cereal. Like, they may have been, on drugs or something.
Oh, they might have just had the munchies.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
But then, yeah, we just grabbed a couple snacks. Nothing too crazy. Because the plan was to come back and watch a movie. Because we never just sit down and, like, watch movies just us without him working.
Yeah.
And
well, I know. The kid's a freaking workaholic.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't complain anymore because he's bringing in the dough and I'm not doing crap.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, so we get home, get all cozy, and he wants to watch Killers of the Flower Moon. Have you heard of this?
That's a very long movie, I hear.
It is 3.5 hours.
Yeah. Was it good?
Yes. Overall, yes, it was good. He fell asleep.
Oh.
So, like, I had to keep waking, which at the beginning of the movie, we shook each other. He prompted, we can't fall asleep. We're in it. What didn't help is that the drink of choice, since we had been drinking cocktails, we had to make cocktails.
Right.
We made Long Island iced teas.
That'll put you to sleep.
That
is
a
so
tranquilizer. Good, I know, but they were so good.
They are good.
And we wanted to keep the buzz,
Yeah.
So, by about the 2 hour and 45 minute mark, he was dozing.
Mm-hmm.
I was awake the whole time and could sit through it. Overall, that movie, it was really good, but a little hard to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know much about the plot?
I know literally nothing. The only reason why I know it's a long movie is because of Timothy Chalamet on SNL when he did you see his monologue at all?
I watched his episode. I don't remember.
There was like a part was like if you want to go watch like a long movie, watch Flower of the Moon or Dune Part 2 or whatever. Like it was like, and that's the only reason that I knew that was a long movie.
Gotcha. It was good. It's basically set in Oklahoma after World War I. So like, it's still it feels Wild Westy for sure. Like mostly like new cars, but like the first types of cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very 1920s, but like not city, not Gatsby 20s.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the whole thing is that like this land is basically run by the Osage Nation, which the Osage Indians were the ones that found the oil like decades past, and so they run the economy basically.
Okay.
They have the oil money. And that's the whole plot of the movie. And well, that's the whole like exposition, I'll say. So Leonardo DiCaprio's character, he just got back from being in World War I, like the war's over or whatever, and his uncle, who is played by Robert De Niro, his nickname is the King. He's
casually.
Yeah. He's made friends with all, and in the movie they say Indians, like that's how they're referred to, like, and also I guess it's like a thing that they're okay to be called Indians. I don't know.
Okay.
Native Americans, Indians isn't offensive, apparently.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there, as far as I understand it. So in the film, like, Robert De Niro's character, he's the white guy that's friends, and he speaks, like, their language, and he's, like, he helps them, and he's the guy.
Okay.
Think of basically a mafia boss. Like, that's basically what his character is. And for the good chunk of the beginning of the movie, you think, oh, he's an alright dude. Stand-up guy.
And it takes a turn?
Honestly, like, you don't really understand that he's actually, like, the big bad, basically. Is it okay? Do you want me to spoil it, or do you think you'll watch it?
I don't know.
It's really long, and it's hard to understand. It's a Martin Scorsese. Have you seen a lot of his movies?
I don't know directors like you and Adam know directors.
Have you seen The Irishman?
Nope.
Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
No, but I've heard of it.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Isn't that the who? Is she a freaking owl? Is that Wolf of Wall Street? With Margot Robbie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's a good movie. Honestly, you would like Wolf of Wall Street. It's different than his other movies. Have you seen?
That was like the movie that like made Margot Robbie, right?
She had been in things before, but
that was like her first big role.
Yeah, I'd probably say that. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so spoilers for Killers of the Flower Moon, kind of. If you're okay with that.
I think I'm okay with it.
Okay. Well, basically.
And honestly, is anything really a spoiler for me? I usually guess it anyways.
You do.
I
mean, honestly.
I might not guess this though.
You probably would though. I was even guessing it.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like,
well then,
oh, he's actually. Because that's the whole thing is like, the Indians who are in the family, the Osage family, they keep randomly dying. Like, some of them seem like natural causes, then some just like is a murder and no one's investigating it. And it's just here and there, and like the movie there's a lot of time that goes on. It's years of time.
Yeah.
And like, basically this town, so many people within the Osage family are dying, and nobody is like really looking into it. And so the whole thing is like, you're kind of learning who is actually doing it, and like, I won't give like complete detail into it all. But it was infuriating a little bit. Like, I was yelling at the TV sometimes, because it's like,
that sounds like a movie that I would not watch well.
You probably wouldn't.
Like,
honestly.
I would have to take breaks. Like, have you seen Uncut Gems yet?
No, I know.
That one's my like all time. That is the worst. I mean, it's good. That and The Joker, both of those films, I literally had to get up and walk away from. Well, like the Joker, it was all in all a great film. I hated it because of like the way it made me feel, which is like, you know, a good film will make you feel blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I hated it for like for what I need a film to be for me. Hated it.
Yeah.
But I think but it does a great job at like, this is how people become insane.
Yeah.
This is how people become, like, when people do outlandish stuff where you're like, how does someone even do that? This is how you get them to that point.
Yeah.
Is what, like, in the Joker, like, what he went through.
No,
and I'm like,
great.
so I think it was just, like, too, like, real for me. Like, that, like, wow, this adds up, checks out.
Checks out, yeah.
But
yeah, so it was really a beautiful movie. Like, it was shot beautifully, like the costumes were great, and like the soundtrack was great. Like, it was a good film for sure.
Yeah.
But it was the actual like plot of it all was different than what me and Adam both expected.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he definitely thought it was a little more Wild West.
Gotcha.
So it was already like more modern than he thought it was.
Yeah.
So. But it was good. Definitely worth a watch, like, if you're into that time period. But.
See, Blake always drives me nuts whenever so me and Blake, whenever we watch a film together, 9 out of 10, one of us is going to fall asleep. It's just how it is.
Usually I'm the one who falls asleep,
yeah.
So I was shocked that he was falling asleep.
But, like, I don't know, like, recently, Blake's the one that falls asleep, but I just don't even bother waking him up anymore. Like, if he falls asleep, falls asleep, because nothing infuriates me more than when I'm watching a film and I fall asleep and someone keeps feeling the need to abruptly awake me. And I'm like, if I'm sleeping, let me sleep. I'll watch it another time. Because if all you're doing is continuing to make me mad, and I promise, you waking me up over and over and over again is not going to make my eyes magically stay open. They are heavy. They are closing. It is not. There is no fighting it. Accept it. Leave me alone. I will stay here and sleep on you, and we can watch it together. But I'm going to be watching the back of my eyelids. I will be listening. Maybe I'll dream about it. But I am not going to sit here and actually watch this movie with you.
Yeah.
So either watch it by yourself with me here, or we're going to bed.
We're going to bed. Oh my god. Yeah, like, I don't know. I've always, like, if I'm starting to fall asleep for a movie, like, especially when we were dating, I would fall asleep a lot. Because I would get so cozy, and I was just in my happy place. Like, I would just make me fall asleep. But it would make him, like, mad / maybe sad a little, because he was trying to show me a movie. So, and then he would turn it off. I'm like, no, I'll be awake.
Yeah, it always makes me sad, too, whenever, like, I'm trying to show Blake something and he falls asleep. But I'm someone I also very much so, and I'm sure I've done it with you, too. When I'm someone who, like, I'm watching a movie and I fall, like, asleep, I'm just, like, snoozing, and then I'll, like, do that casual wake up, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this scene is so good. And I, like, will say something about the scene that's happening so everyone thinks I've been awake the whole time.
Yeah, of course.
Although, most of the time, they've all known that I was asleep because they tried to talk to me at some point before, and I never responded.
Of course.
But then I'll, like, wake up and be like, this part, am I right? This part's good. And then I'm like, I do the classic wake up, say something. Seems like I was there, and then I just go.
Speaking of dreaming, I forgot to tell Adam he did this last night when he was asleep. He was whimpering. I don't know what he was dreaming about, but it was so high pitched. You just reminded me of it. He did it like 3 or 4 times, and then it didn't happen again.
My dogs do that sometimes, but
so
I've never
weird.
heard that come out of a human.
It was very like
oh.
Yeah. I forgot, man, and he never remembers his dreams, so he probably doesn't know.
Dude, Blake talks a lot in his sleep, or like he'll like wake. There's been some. I mean, I do too. When I used to work on the ICU, I used to do it a lot, where I would like wake up and I'd like talk about work.
Yeah.
But I don't remember it. But he would always be like, "You're telling me about the IV pumps," and I was like, "I don't know." Or like I'd hear alarms in my sleep. But Blake, like, it was a while ago. It was before my surgery. But he was like, I need you to grab the bag. And I'm like, what bag? He goes, the bag. And I was like, you're sleeping. You need to lay back down. Yeah. Like, you're not awake. And he goes, yeah, I am. I need the bag. And I'm like, let's go back to sleep, buddy.
That's something that's happened to my brother a lot, Trace. Mm-hmm. He will speak in his sleep a lot.
Yeah, but it's like, you like fully get up. It's like it's not necessarily sleepwalking, but it's like you're awake, but you don't know that you're fully.
Yeah, you're not there. You're not conscious.
You're not there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when people, like when you're like asleep, people wake you up, ask you a question, and then you go back to sleep. And they're like, well, I asked you, and you're like, no, you didn't. Like, you don't remember. Like, I wasn't awake, but I was kind of awake.
Yeah. Kind of how I am, like, if I fall asleep in the car, like, I'm awake, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coherent. Like, I can hear. Like, I can definitely, like, sometimes he likes to listen to, like, scary podcasts or, like, scary story podcasts. And so it'll start playing, and I'll be listening. I'll hear the plot, and, like, I'll keep listening, but I'll fall asleep. And I'll still hear it, and it's happening, and I'm like, living the story. But then I'll wake up, and I miss, like, a chunk. But I felt like I was right there. I was hearing it. Like, it was, like, oh, wait, what just happened? I guess I fell asleep.
Yeah.
But it feels like I was still in it.
Dude, it's the craziest when, like, I don't know, I do it sometimes, but, like, it's, like, something where, like, you're not supposed to go to sleep, and you'll, like, literally fall asleep, and then you'll, like, wake up, but it was only, like, two minutes. And it's, like, it's so weird that, like, I literally just took, like, a 2-minute nap, but I fully was asleep.
If we weren't talking right now, I probably could be, like...
Honestly, my eyeballs definitely got some weight behind them.
Oh, no.
I'm like...
Stay awake!
Dude, it's the wildest thing when you, like, literally have to struggle to, like, fight to keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
It's insane. Well, like, in school, it used to just infuriate me. Like, how are we going to be getting in trouble for falling asleep when your lecture is so boring and I'm literally out here fighting demons to keep my eyes open?
That's the thing, too, when you think about, like, at school, though, like, if a student's falling asleep, that means they're not sleeping at home. Like,
let them sleep.
Just, like,
it's not that serious. I mean, if it's an everyday thing...
Sure, then you need to address the situation.
But I mean, if a kid just falls asleep here or there...
I'm remembering now. When I was at Sinclair, I took a math course, like, over the summer, just at the, like, Inglewood campus. And I sat front row because I really needed to make sure I paid attention to this math class, and I needed to pass it and all that.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically, and the teacher was a young professor. Like, he was young, not necessarily cute, but young.
Right.
And it was like, you want to be on for this person. There was one day, I think I slept the whole class. Like, I remember... Front row. Front far left. It was one of those longer classrooms, but still front row.
But front row, nonetheless.
Yeah, and I remember, like, dozing off, and then he's, like, at the board, but my side of the long board, I'm like... Right, yes, we're
yes.
And then just fall. And because it was summertime, it's like, I don't want to be sitting here.
Yeah.
But I did pass that class, so it was fine.
The amount of times that I've fallen asleep on online lectures, insane. Especially when my nursing school got switched online because of COVID and everything. Like my last semester.
Yeah.
There was like so many times where there would be lectures and then I'm an idiot. I set myself up for failure. I would watch them in bed.
Oh yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that. And then I would just be like, oh, this is nice. Listening about heart rhythms and just snoozing.
Yeah.
But I do that too. Also, like, my old job, we had to do like a bunch of e-learns and stuff. I fell asleep during like all of those, but I passed all the quizzes. So.
Which is fine. It's good.
It's fine. But yeah, I'm like useless if I watch anything or try to read anything, unless I'm like in an uncomfortable chair. I am falling asleep.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Even if I don't feel like I'm tired before I start, I will fall.
That's just crazy when I think about it. Like, in high school, there were several, like, I was such a good procrastinator.
Yeah.
Like, I would always get stuff done and turned in, and I'd get fine grades. But, like, just thinking back, like, there was definitely us.
In high school? I remember in college, you didn't do any of your homework until Sunday.
Well, okay.
And it'd be like,
I've always been a good procrastinator.
And you're like, I'm writing a paper that's due in a few hours.
It'll be fine. In college, it's whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
But in high school, like, I remember, like, having a whole school day, and then I don't remember what project it was, but it was, like, a 4-page, 5-page research paper, and I remember staying up till, like, 5 a.m. that day, and had school the next day to turn it in. And it was just, like, I was able to stay awake to do that. And it's, like, thinking about school and staying up, having to stay awake during a lecture right now.
Although the thing that I just recently, it has just dawned on me, I'm like, school is just so not, it doesn't take that much of your day. I'm like, I used to remember that school lasted forever.
Yeah.
Forever. And now these kids be going to school after I go to work and getting off.
Before you get off work.
Way before I get off work. Hours before I get off work.
It's like 8 to 2:30.
Like, it's
really.
just not bad. And I'm like, man, I should have embraced that a little bit more.
I know.
Because of...
It's truly crazy how time is.
And, like, in the fact that, like, these classes, they were only, like, 45, 50 minutes each. And I'm like, and I was upset about this. I felt like this was a long amount of time.
Yeah.
50 minutes is not long.
I know.
So it was like that. And I used to just hate it. And I'm like, 2 hour delay days? Those things... Why even go to school?
Why do they exist, truly?
Why
you
even
barely
go?
get anything done.
Yeah. I was like, man, oh man.
That is funny to think about, like, the structure of a 2-hour delay in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, your classes were so short.
They're like 20 minutes a piece.
But you still got a full lunch.
But you still got a full lunch, yep.
So it's just like, why are we here?
Why?
Friends?
Why? Just to say hi. And no teacher, like, had anything productive to do on those days. They would just be like, alright, here's just a worksheet and do your best.
Yeah.
Like.
Though, like, the school systems now, like.
I feel bad for kids because of I feel like, when we start having kids and, like, our kids are actually in school, I feel like snow days aren't going to actually exist.
They're not because.
It'll be like, okay, we're not going to come in, but we're going to do online.
Yeah. Online. Well, and especially, like, because of how COVID hit a lot, like, especially elementary age kids, like, they are basically 2 full years behind in school.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel bad for those kids. But,
yeah,
it's going to be rough. Luckily, we have a lot of time.
Well, because that was also, I mean, that was becoming a thing when I was in high school. Like, they were starting to do, like, online stuff for snow days.
Did they call them blizzard bags?
Yes!
That's what Northmont... I remember Gabe specifically. He was the only one out of all 4 of us who
They
had
never
to do
actually did it. Like,
okay.
But they were, like, starting to, but they never, like, enforced it. It was, like, when I think I was, like, a sophomore when they started talking about it, but then I went to CTC, and CTC didn't do it, and then those didn't affect me. So, I don't know, they might have done it my junior, senior year, but I didn't go to my home high school.
Not college.
Not college.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but yeah, they were, like, talking about it, and I'm like, man, when we have kids, they're just not even gonna get snow days, which sucks.
Yeah.
I used to love a good snow day.
I know. I saw a TikTok the other day that the woman was like, y'all shade on homeschooling, but I'm in Disney World right now, specifically for my daughter's class. We're going to go around the world, and I'm teaching her about all these cultures, and she's going to do great in all of these courses. And I'm like, wow, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
But that's like 1 week. That's so that's so unrealistic. It's not like every day is Disney World.
Yeah. And also, like, even though the world do be messed up, I want my kid exposed to everything.
Yeah, truly.
And I don't want them to have a whole culture shock when they're
a full-grown teenager adult.
Yeah,
like
trying to figure stuff out. I want you to grow up in all the chaotic
because even like going to public school,
its beauty.
Like we both went to public school, and even some things we were not aware of till later in high school.
Yeah.
And it's just like
tell me about
it. You got it worse than I did, but
I was so sheltered.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a yikes. I don't even think I knew, like, I did not know majority of cuss words until I honestly in like 8th grade. Is when I started to learn, like, some serious ones. And then even when I was, like, a senior in high school, there was stuff, like, phrases and stuff that I just didn't know were bad.
Not the same. The first time I heard anyone my age say the B word was when I was on the bus in 7th grade. And then I felt so, like, I was appalled by it. And I remember crying to my mom, like, they were mean and they said bad words on the bus. And then she drove us to school for basically the rest of high school.
I remember, I think I was, like, in 8th grade when I learned the F-bomb. And I was like, this word doesn't even make sense. Like, this isn't even a word.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is stupid. This is a bad word. And it, like, not just is it a bad word, but it's, like, the bad word.
The worst word, yeah.
And
It's such a useful word, though. It's such a good word.
But I was, like, so confused. I'm like, how do you even use this? Like, how does this just flow into sentences? It does.
It does
But
not.
I was like, how does this just flow right in there?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cuss words are weird.
They are weird. They are indeed weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I feel like on that note.
On the note of, cuss words are weird.
Cuss words I see were weird and wacky.
They're goofy.
They're goofy.
They're goofy. Well, thank you for joining us. If you joined us, well, I guess if you're watching, you definitely joined us. So thank you for joining.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking with us. And if you haven't seen the previous episodes, go check them out. And hey, if you're feeling frisky, go like and subscribe.
Hey! Join our 3 followers.
Well, we have 5 subscribers.
5?
We have 5. I don't know who they are. I know one's me, one's you. I know who one is, but I can't
Blake.
see. Okay, so there's one mystery.
I think it's someone that I work with.
Okay. Well, there we go. Mystery solved.
We have a whole handful.
If you don't know who we are and you want to start another mystery, subscribe.
Yeah, what she said.
Yeah, that made sense.
That was good stuff
That
right
was
there.
coherent for sure.
All right, well.
All right, well, we will see you next time on the Goofy Gals Chat.
Toodles.
Toodles!